DEI on the one hand and anti-racism, anti-sexism on the other.
Both are useful, the latter harder and more impactful.
There's the difference between DEI work, that's diversity, equity, and inclusivity. In Canada, it's EDI.
Oftentimes, white male frameworks use DEI activities and they try to pawn it off, frankly, as anti-racism. And it's not.
I often say that DEI activities are the oxygen that white male structures need in the 21st century to justify their existence and maintain power, and that they do.
Adding composers who did not identify as white cis men equals diversity, equity, inclusivity, DEI.
Adding pieces by Florence Price, that's DEI.
Examining, exposing how and why such men created structures and institutions and mythologies to benefit themselves while disadvantaging all others is anti-racism and anti-sexism.
The difficult, hard discussions and showing how and why we never knew the name Florence Price until Alex Ross wrote about it. There is a nasty story if you're willing to write that thesis or that dissertation. That's the anti-racist work. So a DEI activity might be staging Shirley Graham Du Bois's opera Tom Tom. The anti-racist version, writing an academic work explaining why Tom Tom has been ignored because of structural racism. DEI, forming a committee to discuss various aspects of race and gender in a music curriculum. Anti-racist, voting in committee to discontinue a racist, sexist, exclusionist structure, like a graduate German language requirement. DEI, allowing a student to pass a musicianship proficiency by substituting, say, the oud for the piano as an exception to the piano proficiency. The anti-racist version, discontinuing the piano proficiency requirement altogether, having realized that it itself is a method of policing and enforcing a commitment to white. DEI, adding a Jewish or Kwanzaa song to your winter holiday concert. Anti-racism, examining the legacy of Christianity associated with such concerts and the potentially exclusionary aspects. DEI, admitting a woman, transgender man or woman, or gender nonconforming person into your doctoral orchestral conducting program. Anti-racist version, setting a benchmark to have minimum 50% such persons within a given time frame in your doctoral orchestral conducting program. From incoming students, these things are good, but they're sometimes not. This is much better. And it's much harder for the simple reason that it's much more threatening to whiteness and much more threatening to male.